Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Friday, September 23rd. We have an informative show for you today. First, we'll be visiting with Kim Purscell from the Steele County Historical Society, and we're going to be learning an update there and about an upcoming event. And then also we'll be visiting with Pat Heydon from the Steele County Habitat for Humanity, and she's brought along a guest, Greg Schlicker, so we'll be learning all about their fundraiser coming up. Well, it's Friday, and it's a special day in our week when we recognize our sponsors of the show. The Owatonna Today Show thanks the following sponsors of this program. Our premier sponsors are City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Anytime Fitness, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, and the United Way of Steele County. Our interlude sponsors are Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson, Branstead and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Business Incubator, SignPro and AutoTrin Design, Steele County Historical Society, and Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Triam Graphics, and TPS Insurance. And we hope you will support these fine Owatonna businesses that support the Owatonna Today Show. Please say thanks to them when you see them out and about, because without them, the show isn't able to continue. And we're always looking for more sponsors of the show. If you are a business and you would like more information about becoming a sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show, you can contact our show's producer, Leanne T at 390-5751. Leanne would love to hear from you. Meanwhile, we will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to hear all about what's going on at the Steele County Historical Society. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We're here visiting with Kim Purscell, the Executive Director of the Steele County Historical Society. And then over here, I have Autumn Van Ravenhorst. How did I do?
Perfect.
Well, great. It's always good to have you. Kim, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself and how things have been going as the director?
Sure. It's hard to believe it's been a year and a month already since I've started here. It's been a really exciting ride, and we've had all sorts of new programs. We've continued our existing programs and with some new twists here and there. But it's been really exciting, and we have an amazing staff of not only paid staff, but of volunteer staff that are so enthused about our work and are always coming up with great ideas. So yeah, I'm loving it. And really great.
And a nice venue. How's the venue worked out? How's the new building and the venue worked out for you?
You know, it's perfect. We get people from all over the area coming and just saying, wow, this is amazing for, you know, in their mind, a smaller community, but it feels like a metro quality kind of venue. It's just beautiful, and with the village of yesteryear and the 19 historic structures there, it's perfect for. We've had reunions. We do tours on a regular basis. We've had lots of photography in there, for weddings, and such a quaint environment and very magical feeling when you walk through there.
So it is a beautiful venue, and if you'd like to lease it, they can call you and work out details, correct?
Absolutely, yes. Be happy to hear from people.
Okay, and this charming, lovely lady over here is Autumn Van Ravenhorst, correct?
Yes.
And why don't you tell a little bit about yourself and where you work and what you're going to be doing briefly for the Historical Society and the History Center, and we'll come back to you later. But for now, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. Well, I work at the Owatonna People's Press. I've been there for about a year. We have a whole new mindset there and are really trying to plan some new events, which is why we have decided to bring a bridal event to the History Center because it is such a great venue. So that's what's coming up real quick here.
Okay, great. And tell a little bit about yourself. What do you do for fun here in Owatonna, or do you live here? Or?
I do. Well, I actually just bought a home in Blooming Prairie, so I am still in the area. But so I am in sales at the People's Press, but I also help coordinate events and do some editorial as well. And I write for Scene magazine. I've been doing that for about 2 years. So
and you have a love for history.
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Well, Kim, why don't you give us an update of things that are happening at the Historical Society?
Sure. Fall is a kickoff to a lot of different events, and we're kicking off actually tomorrow, Saturday, the 24th, with an event called Museum Day Live. And it's actually started by the Smithsonian Museum, and it's become kind of a nationwide event where people can come and tour the museum for free. It's an opportunity to really get people out and enjoying potentially something they haven't experienced. We take the barrier of any cost away, and it's just an opportunity to come out and say, I want to learn more. And so on Saturday, there is no fee. We encourage people to come out.
And what are the exhibits there right now?
We've got the Minnesota Disasters exhibit, Stories of Strength and Survival, continuing. We've got, which is near and dear to your heart with your background with CERT.
Yeah.
And we've got the weddings exhibit. It's Wedding Traditions of Steele County, which is fascinating, and it's really a great tie-in with the event that Autumn is going to talk about. And then also the Vietnam War.
Wow,
And so
3 really good ones.
3 exhibits going on, and of course, going through the village, then that's a whole exhibit in and of itself. So that's Saturday, as I mentioned.
Wow.
We also have what's called Fall on the Farm. It's our children's program. And so for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas looking for things to do with their kids, we do a children's program. It's free once a month. It's always on the first Thursday of the month. And this one is Fall on the Farm. And it's really talking about, when pioneers first came to the area, there wasn't a store to go and buy groceries from. They had to plant and go through the whole growth and harvesting process. And so kids are going to do some hands-on demonstrations about the whole farm cycle. And so it's a kind of a farm to table, but they don't get to necessarily eat anything, but it's all hands-on kinds of activities. And then, of course, after that, the real farm to table, which is our Harvest for History, and that's coming up in a couple weeks on October 8th. And if you remember from last year, that is our specialty dinner, where it is Chef Tim Cockrum comes and does a 5-course, amazing, exquisite gourmet meal with wine pairings from Chankaska Winery, which is over in St. Peter. And so that's coming up, and we still have tickets available for that.
And that's just before the holidays.
October the 8th, yes it is.
There's quite a bit going on.
Yes,
so
there is.
It's a revolving door for sure.
For sure.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And so can you believe a year went by? How would you rate your first year?
I think it was tremendous. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I've learned of what I like and what I I think we can do better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think I'll stay for another year.
Oh, and every time I've been out there, it's been fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Okay, Autumn, and you're handling the Her Story event.
His story and her story. Yep.
His story and her story. So
Yep.
why don't you tell us when and where and what's involved?
So it's going to be next Friday, September 30th, and Saturday, October 1st. They are part of the same event, but the purpose of Friday is to be more to the soon-to-be bride and groom. So we'll be having a farm-to-table dinner as well. We'll have a nearly newlywed game, and Cedar Travel will be giving away a $500 Delta honeymoon package there.
Wow.
So that'll be fun, and that'll be emceed by Jeffrey Jackson of the People's Press. History Center will be providing cocktails. We actually partnered with the Boys and Girls Club in Blooming Prairie, had them do drawings of what love means to them, sort of like an Angelina Jolie type deal where we're going to put those drawings on a wedding dress and tuxedo. Dream Day Bridals and Schlicker's Creation helped out with that, so we'll be unveiling that on Friday as well. Saturday will be more of the bridal fair. People's Press used to hold the bridal fair in January, but with the Wedding Traditions exhibit happening at the History Center, and just by listening when brides are planning their wedding, we decided to move kind of the whole bridal event to fall. Saturday we'll have a fashion show, we'll have coffee and mimosas, we'll have dance lessons, live entertainment, demonstrations on the stage in the Wanger Room by some of our vendors and sponsors. We'll have vendors just like a regular bridal fair, but this is supposed to be more of a bridal experience for the brides, soon-to-be brides. We also have Little Theater of Owatonna coming and doing interactive performances, so you might see the Bridezilla or the nervous mother-in-law or the drunk uncle or whatever. So that'll be happening on Saturday as well.
Okay, now is there a ticket price for
Nope.
any of this?
Free event,
Friday?
free to the public.
So,
Yep.
wow, so these newly married or newlywed couples that are about to get
Yes.
married could come and play the game and potentially win their honeymoon.
Yep, and there's lots of great door prizes by all the vendors too, so we'll be announcing those this week as well.
And what type of vendors will a bride see on Saturday besides?
Oh, everything. We'll have decorators, caterers, floral, DJs, venues, everything. And we also just published the Steele County Brides Guide.
Oh.
So this is kind of a nice guide to what's happening at the event, and tips from local businesses. Wrote editorial in there as well.
Well, from what I've understood in different interviews and things that we've done on the program, September's turned into quite a bridal month.
Yes, yes, it has.
It used to be June and May, and but it's the fall. And is that basically why you decided to go with September? Or
Yeah, we found that regardless of when brides get engaged, a lot of them are doing their planning in the fall. Not sure why that is. I'm not married, but that's just what we've gathered from talking to businesses and people.
Well, so they won't want to miss this, because and if they're going to be a bride on and through the year, they need advance notice.
Yep, and
what kind of notice are you seeing on turnaround on some of these things? They need months in advance, or
definitely, yep, to plan all this. Same thing with the vendors. They need that time to be able to plan out which bridal shows, and to ease planning for some of the brides too. Triumph Graphics has actually produced a whole wedding planner. It'll be a very thick wedding planner that every single bride will receive when they come to the event.
And date quickly again?
Friday, September 30th, and Saturday, October 1st.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
And wish you success for the event.
Thank
and
you.
All more success. You're just doing wonderful. We appreciate all you do.
Thank you so much.
We will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
At Triumph Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at triumphgraphics.com.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here visiting with Pat Heydon, Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity here in Steele County, and one of her main volunteers, Greg Schlicker. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Doing well, thank
Greg,
you.
why don't you share a little bit about who you are and what you do in the community when you're not volunteering at the Habitat for Humanity?
All right, I'm Associate Pastor at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church on the north side of town. And one of the things that are part of my duties is getting people involved in community service. And so Habitat is actually one of the first organizations in town that I started getting involved in. I like the idea of putting faith into action in a concrete way, especially ways that would appeal to guys too, as well as to women. So I've been involved for quite a while.
Good. And Pat, so what is it that you do and here with the as executive director with the Habitat for Humanity?
Sure. Well, we're a small affiliate, so we kind of do it all. We are working with our next home buyer to build their home on Glendale Street now. So we're working on that process. We're also working on our fundraiser and recruiting volunteers and just working with our current homeowners and trying to get our Brush with Kindness program up and running.
I think that's very interesting and positive that you have another build going on just down, it's really next door.
Right next door to where we built 2 years ago.
Right, and then the one coming up will be next door to this one, or close by.
Possibly. We still own a lot on Glendale Street, but we own 2 other lots in town here, as well as 2 lots in Waseca. So where the next build will be, we don't know yet. So we'll have to look at that depending on who our next home buyer will be.
Okay, and before we move forward in the conversation, how's the present build going?
It's going well. The rain has not been our friend, but we're getting there. We have, next week we'll start doing the framing. So here's my shout out for volunteers. If anybody's interested in volunteering with us, we're going to need some hands to help us get the exterior of the house up and get it all framed in before the cold weather sets in.
Okay, which is you never know when that's going to be in Minnesota.
Yes. I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that it'll hold off like it did last year and we can get everything all done before the snow.
Yeah. Well, we've had so much rain.
Yes.
So you're dancing in between the raindrops at this point.
Yeah.
And so how many volunteers overall, volunteers and staff does it take to bring one of these up from the blueprint, so to speak, which...
Many. We had 2 years ago when we built on Glendale Street, we had over 100 volunteers on the job site throughout the course of I think it was a 5-month build. We're, as I said, we're a small office, so we typically have 2 staff. I'm full-time and our other staff members are part-time staff. So yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of people coming out and the hours and the number of volunteers really does vary depending on how much time our volunteers can give us and how quick the build goes.
And with the build, you had mentioned in the past, there's a special person that you would love to get as a regular person that would come on and kind of coordinate things, correct?
Exactly, a job site supervisor.
Yeah, could you explain a little bit about that?
We really need somebody who has some idea about construction, has some basic construction skills that can lead our volunteers in building the house. Kurt Welker from Welker Construction is our general contractor this year. Fantastic to have him involved because he does all the behind the scenes, gets the material ordered, make sure we've got everything in place and ready to go, and then provides some instruction to that job site supervisor. but then the job site supervisor works with our volunteers and helps to get that house, the projects and the tasks done on any given day that we're looking to do.
So your job site supervisor and your construction manager, that they work closely together.
Absolutely.
And that changes every year. You need somebody to step up in these positions every year, don't you?
Yes, yes. And they are paid, although it's a nominal pay. It's really, we can't come close to recognizing the time and the dedication that they give to us. But it's a great, and I think as Greg can attest to, just being able to volunteer on the job site and work with our home buyers, it's so much fun, and it's so gratifying and so exciting to watch a house come together.
Well, I enjoyed meeting part of the family in a previous interview, and they're just such a sweet family. And
they
just, are. The satisfaction and just the pride you must have knowing you help put roofs over people's heads, as they help themselves too.
Yes, absolutely. Dawood's been out on the job site just about every day that we have been out working. The days he hasn't been there has been because he also is working.
Working two jobs.
Working two jobs right now. Yes, yes.
Well, Greg, let me switch to you for a minute. You're also a volunteer and have served on the board and different things. Yeah. What is a need that you are also starting to see with this fundraiser that's coming up and the jobs of Habitat with Humanity as far as once somebody owns a home?
Yeah, there's a lot of need for people who will mentor a family in terms of these are people, by and large, who've never owned a home before. And so they've never known what it's like not to have a landlord. And their first impulse is to think of Habitat for Humanity as their landlord. Hey, something's wrong. And then we try to say, no, this is what you need to do. Change of seasons. This is how you will get ready for winter. This is what you do when something goes wrong. Here are your manuals. And we do a lot of training trying to get them to know what it means to be a homeowner. And yet there are those situations that come up later where they go, what do you do now? And so there's always a need for ongoing assistance, support for the new homeowner.
Okay, great. So that's important to know too. So we need funds.
Yes, we do.
To do all these wonderful programs. So you have a fundraiser coming up. When did you tell us when that is and what's entailed there?
We do a week from tomorrow, October 1st, Saturday, October 1st. We will be at Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers. It is called the Blueprint Bash.
Okay, and I see we have a blueprint down here. And
yes,
is this a typical blueprint of one of your homes?
This is the front of the house that we are building this year. Very similar to the house we did 2 years ago.
Okay.
But our fundraiser, Blueprint Bash, will be at Ritchie Brothers from 5 to 8 p.m. Go for Sport is our title sponsor for the event. So we have many businesses that sponsored our event to help underwrite the expenses to do this. So all of the funds raised that evening will go directly back to our build activity.
Wow.
So that we're hoping that we can move on to our next home build even quicker.
And what did you describe? Go for
Sport.
And they are your what?
They are actually our Platinum Porch sponsor.
So what does that entail?
That is just, they're sponsoring our activity, so they sponsored it at a significant level. They also will have volunteers out on the job site with us. They're going to bring a team out, but they'll have an opportunity to speak at the event and just help share the excitement and the need for affordable housing in our community.
Okay, so we went over where it's at, and when you walk in the doors, what kind of fun will you find? What will there be things to do?
We're going to have a photo booth. We will be offering dinner. This is a family-friendly event, so we're encouraging bring the kids out. This is a free event, but we will obviously have a fundraiser. We will be asking for some donations at the end. We have a comedian, Michael Callahan from Second Story Comedy out of St. Peter will be our comedian. Greg will be one of our speakers that evening as a volunteer. He was our Volunteer of the Year last year, so he'll be speaking on the volunteer opportunities. We have a homeowner that will also be speaking at the event, and then also Go for Sport will have the opportunity as a donor to speak at the event.
So if you were a person watching today and we're considering putting Habitat for Humanity on their giving list for the year, would that be a good opportunity to come out?
It would be a wonderful opportunity to come out. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to having a lot of fun.
Okay, great. And how many people are involved with putting on the fundraiser?
Well, we are. It's going to take us at least 20 volunteers to pull this event off because we will have volunteers working with the kids. So during the time that the comedian is entertaining the adults, We will have volunteers working with the kids on some projects and activities to help start sharing what it means to have an affordable house, safe housing, and talk a little bit about what Habitat for Humanity does.
Okay. If someone wanted to give both items or monetarily or had questions, who would they contact?
They can contact our office. Our office number is 507-446-0112, or by our website or Facebook page. And simply Googling Habitat Steele Waseca will get you to either one of those.
Okay. And what are your hours of the office in case they're walking by and want to knock on the door?
Typical hours are 8 to 4, Monday through Friday.
All righty. So that would be good. Well, we wish you continued success. And if there's one thing you could say before we sign off, what would that be?
Come out and have fun at the Blueprint Bash. Learn more about Habitat for Humanity.
And how about you, Greg?
I would say come and see how people are going to be dressed in a combination of formal and construction attire. That could be interesting.
Okay, great.
There you
Well,
go. Good point.
thank you both for what you do to help make Habitat for Humanity a great success here in Steele County. Appreciate you. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Rich from Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. Come and see us for all your sign and truck accessory needs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hoped you enjoyed learning all about the Habitat for Humanity fundraising coming up next week. Well, it's time for community announcements. Culture Fest will be introducing a new activity this year called the Amazing Culture Race. The race is modeled after the popular TV show, The Amazing Race, and is open to 12 teams of 2 people each. Teams will race on bicycles along a predetermined route, completing different cultural changes at pit stops. To register for the race, go to www.culturefest.org and click on Amazing Culture Race. The race is limited to only 12 teams, so please register soon. Owatonna Hospital is offering a free seminar to learn about sleep apnea on Tuesday, September 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. at Owatonna Hospital's Vision Conference Room. Learn about symptoms of sleep apnea and who is at risk, and how sleep apnea can affect your health, what medical concerns are associated with sleep apnea, and the effects of leaving sleep apnea untreated. The seminar is free, but space is limited to the first 40 who register. To sign up, call 507-977-2190, and you can also visit alinahealth.org/Owatonna Sleep for more information. The Steele County Historical Society will welcome former Congressman and current South Minnesota Initiative Foundation President and CEO Tim Penny for the presentation, The Story Behind the Photo, on Thursday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. Tim will share numerous photos taken during his time representing Southern Minnesota in Congress from 1982 through 94. Admission to the lecture is free for Steele County Historical Society members and $2 for non-members. Promoting Peace Conference 2016, Adverse Childhood Experiences from Understanding to Action, will be held Thursday, September 29th at Trinity Lutheran Church. This program is free and open to everyone. Thanks to the generosity of our sponsors. To view event schedule and register, go to www.evenbright.com. Triumph Graphics 2017 Annual Photo Calendar Contest is now open. Gather your favorite photos and enter them today. Share with your friends and family. $1,000 in prizes will be given away. Only 2 photos allowed per person. Open to U.S. residents only. Theme can be anything. $1,000 in prizes is up for grabs, and the contest will close September 30th, 2016. We want to thank you for joining us today, and we hope you will join us on Monday when we'll get an update from the City of Owatonna, and we'll learn all about Owatonna Foundation Week. So we will see you on Monday, and until then, have a great weekend.